Good evening, nerds and nerdettes, and welcome to episode 9, 10-ish, somewhere around there. I am JP, and we are joined today by Mr. Colin,
Hello.
Mr. Jaden,
He doesn't want to say hi.
no, maybe he can't hear us, and Mr. Steven.
Hello.
And yes, tonight we are going to be talking about tournament prep. We're going to talk about the circuit of Columbia, or the climb for Columbia Mountain, and we're going to be talking story time with Jaden if he hears us. Nope.
Have you tried turning it on and off again?
But first, let's talk about some events or hobby that we've been doing this past couple weeks. Colin, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so I've been doing a bunch of hobby with the Iron Jaws. I'll send a picture so we can put it on Instagram. I did up my Mega Boss, working on my Brutes now. But with my tournament prep, I do think I got to flip back and paint up my Liege Mortec if I have the time.
Nice.
Yeah, I did a couple of practice games. Did well against not sure what his name is, Jack from the Discord. He's one of the Mexican guys.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yep. Played him and his doc the other day. Crawler absolutely popped off, and then I got to face the anime gang and had to get Jaden to get some revenge for me this afternoon.
Yeah, I played Jared last night against OBR, and the exact same thing. Crawler did was 11 damage in one shot. Like, oh, that stings a bit.
Yeah, my best in the game against Doc was 16 wounds into Shadow Queen, and I took away the ward, so it just went straight through.
That stings. Steven, what about you?
A little bit.
Oh, I've been hobbying. That boy right here.
Mr.
Did a little
Leech.
Festus Elite Sword recently, and then gonna be moving on to do a Belga the Sith Witch, and then I'm currently going to debate how many monsters I can fit into a list at the end of the month. How much is too much?
I feel sorry for anyone playing in that GT. I'm just glad I'm watching it all and taking pictures. Is that
It's just been on Nurgle, and that's about it.
Is that what you're bringing to the GT? Not the GT, to the Open?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be at the GT and the Open as well. I got some practice with it at that team's tournament, and it's not going to say easy, but it's familiar. So I'm like, all right, let's just do this.
Nice. Jaden, what about you? Any games or hobby this past couple weeks?
Yeah, I avenged Colin this afternoon against Andrew, and hobby-wise, it's been nothing but Sylvaneth. Got a Tree Lord most of the way painted.
Nice.
Doing kind of Justin's old theme mixed with some fall colors in there.
Nice.
Nice.
You've abandoned your children.
So
Which one?
Promised me like a week ago Hellsmiths were coming. And then I hear this bullshit about Nurgle.
Coming from someone who...
Get on his case.
I don't make any pretenses about being a one-faction man.
Coming from someone who buys in around...
I only play death factions.
That's fair.
What?
Stormcast and Sylvaneth are death factions, if you really think about it.
A death faction. Dead trees, I guess.
Dead trees. Cycles, just like Nurgle. I've gotten a couple TTS games in, just for practice with Doc. Painted the rest of the trees for the GT, and did a whole lot of work on the circuit. Pretty much 99% done, ready to go. We're starting to drop details.
That's exciting.
Yes. So speaking of that, why don't we just go ahead and dive right in? All right, for a long time, we've been looking for a way to tie our community together to see how a win in Edmonton stacks up against a run in Lethbridge or a major tournament in the south. We've had the players, we've had the talent, but we haven't had the structure. That changes in June with the new GHB. Today, we're officially announcing the launch of the Climb for Columbia Mountain Circuit. This isn't just a new GHB or just a series of tournaments. It's a long year grind, and we're calling it the Climb. From June all the way to our invitational next summer, every game you play counts towards your legacy. I know what you're thinking. How do we track this? Is it another messy spreadsheet? Nope. We've built. Ooh, what did I do here? Give me a sec.
Well, we built the stats page.
We built the stats page. All right. Well, how did I? And now it doesn't want to go back. Son of a bitch.
It's not a Prairie War host if we don't have a tech issue.
No doubt.
Oh, we can.
Oh man.
We can give some credit on the stats page while you're trying to find your spot.
No, I have the spot, but for some reason it's changed. Yeah, I might have to go. So anyway, it's not a spreadsheet. We have talked to all the TOs, and what we've done is we've created a circuit where every single tournament we're going to track. We're going to give points, and everything's going to be tracked on a website, stats.ageofcanuck.ca. From there, we've created 6 different hubs: Edmonton, Red Deer, Calgary, Lethbridge, Lloyd, Fort Mac. Those are summits. And son of a gun, if I wouldn't be, yeah, that's all gone. But we have lore. If you want, take a look at our Discord. We have lore for each summit. We have the Three Sisters, Edmonton, Red Deer, Calgary, the Spine of Alberta, the QE2 corridor. We've got Chief Mountain down in Lethbridge, Mount Athabasca in Fort Mac, and the Iron Gate in Lloyd. Trophies, we have acquired a chunk of mountain, Rundle Stone. This stone is estimated to be roughly 350 million years old, so older than the peaks themselves. I weighed it today. It is roughly just under 13 pounds of rock. It's going to be mounted on some walnut slabs, and it's going to be a Stanley Cup style trophy. Gets passed year to year. The winner of the previous year will pass it off to the winner of the following year. We'll have shards for
It's going to be fun. It's going to be intense.
It's going to be intense. We are going to see who's the best out of Alberta, and have some fun while doing it. There's going to be a hobby component to it where if you host a hobby night online or at a store, we'll have a form. You send us before and after pictures, a small detail of what was done. You get 2 points, maximum 6 points per month, maximum 30 points per year. Just some added bonus points just for doing some hobbying.
Nice. That'll be good. Give a little bit of not just the competition.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty key. Power gaming here. We got to do a little bit of A, a little bit of B.
Yep. We'll also give out bonus points if you complete a RTT or GT without dropping. So play all your rounds, even if you're 0-2 and you got 1 round left. Play it out, you get your bonus 10 points. Why not? You might win, get an extra couple bonus points. Also, we've got a metric in there where if you we want to reward players who actually do win games, so you're going to get 3 points per win in a round to a maximum of 6 points per event, 1 point for a draw. I think the maximum you can get in a RTT is 36 points. GTs will be a multiplier of 1.5. It is going to be hotter competition, more people, so it's worth a couple more points. And leagues will also be included. So if your local hub is hosting a league, we will take a multiplier of 0.75 for your league. So it's going to include everything throughout the year.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I think we have.
So,
sorry, yep, go ahead.
I was going to say, because you're talking about these hub things,
Yep.
what exactly are the hub stores? Because you were saying earlier Fort Mac already has a hub.
Yep. So Galactic Trading Post signed on as a summit sponsor, so they are considered the hub home, the summit hub. So that's where most of our events will happen. They were generous with sponsorship, so we gave them exclusive rights to the hub. And yeah, from there, the hub will each hub will have a shard of the broken rock that we found. So if you finish first, let's say in Edmonton, you'll get a little chunk of the same rock of that 13-pound rock that we carved. And each hub will have one. And then we got 3 additional ones. One will be for the winner of what we'll call the Keystone Rune as our trophy. The winner of that will keep a little piece of shard. This way he can keep his own little one-place trophy. We'll have one for best painted throughout the year, and we'll have one for a community leader, which will be led by the community nomination.
Okay. So for the hub shards,
yep,
that's like your collective for the entire year. If you place first, then we'll stick with Fort Mac because we already have
yep.
Galactic Trading Post there.
Yep.
So if you finish first throughout the year out of that area, then you're going to get the shard and assumably come to the big tournament.
Correct. Yep. What we're going to do is probably each hub at the invitational at the end of the year will have each first place come down and kind of do like a Masters type of thing where they get to play for their first place. Either that or we might do like a top 16 and they'll be ranked first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth throughout the seeding process. We'll do like a 2-day GT 3 rounds. Swiss for the first round. Our first day, second round will be top 8 single eliminations. Rocks top. Who climbs the summit? It's gonna be a grueling year.
yeah, it is. It's I'm gonna enjoy looking up from the bottom. That'll be nice.
I'll be on the sidelines, kind of
You
like
can
in the
come out
blimp.
to Lloydminster and be like the third person out here with me.
Yeah. The way I'm traveling for work, I might be able to do a tournament out there.
Yeah, so each hub is only going to have one summit store. We are currently talking with a store in Lloyd, a store in Calgary, and a store in Edmonton. So hopefully we can start announcing those when and if we get those decisions in. And yeah, we're still looking for stores in Lethbridge and Red Deer. If anyone has any ideas, drop them in the comments, and we'll see what we can drum up.
Oddly enough, in Lethbridge, when I was down there for the GT in February, March, my wife was saying there's a bookstore that sells Warhammer. it's like half books and a little bit of Warhammer in it too.
Nice. I will have to take
I
a
don't know
look
what
at that
the
one.
name of it is, but yeah, literally she walked in there looking for books and someone was like, "Can I interest you in some Warhammer?" And she's like, "I know what this is."
No.
Keep away from me.
Brings out the cross and garlic.
No, she's the guy. It's more like the Ron Swanson when he goes to Home Depot. Can I help you?
That is a dangerous store. I would never leave that. Books and Warhammer, sign me up.
I'm gonna look it up while we're talking because it's a thing.
Yeah, that deserves a shout out.
Now, with the summit hubs being said, if there are any other stores, let's say in Fort Mac, that also want to help support the cause and the circuit, we do have a lower tier of sponsorship available. So if you want to sign into that, let us know, and by all means, we'll see what we can do with you guys.
So if other events are going on, and I will keep picking on Fort Mac,
Yep.
you can only get points from the hub store, correct?
No.
At events at theirs?
No, anywhere you
Oh,
play in the
okay.
province. If you live in Fort Mac and you want to drive down to Calgary for a GT, that counts. Any and every
Okay.
event in Alberta will count towards the circuit if you play. TOs will send us a
Okay.
form with the event details. It's pretty much a CVS file. We plug it into the system. System looks for your email, looks for your first name, last name, and city. For any duplicates, if it doesn't find duplicates, it will go ahead and generate you player ID number and automatically send you an email welcoming you to the circuit with your player ID number. The player ID number is more for tracking on our end rather than a whole bunch of names. We might get duplicates if we go John, Jonathan, how many Joe Smiths are we going to have or whatnot. So player ID really won't matter maybe until the invitational when we ask you to register. Then we might use that.
Okay.
What we probably will do as well is send out a form with those IDs and ask which hub you do want to represent. If someone's, let's say, living in Edmonton but working in Fort Mac, doing more playing in Fort Mac, does he still want to represent his home or whatnot? Or so yeah, we'll send that out. And
so can you represent? So, for example, maybe someone I know lives near Lloydminster,
Yep.
but will be spending the majority of the time in Edmonton. Can I represent Lloydminster and play in Edmonton?
Yep. Yep.
There we go.
Yep. Don't matter where you play. It's just where you want your home hub to be.
Nice. Big John's books, by the way, according to Google, it has books and Warhammer.
Okay. Next Lethbridge trip, I know where I'm going. That and the water tower again.
I've never been to that water tower.
I see it. But
It is a restaurant, and it is amazing food up there. That was pretty much the only reason we went down to Lethbridge a couple years ago, and 10 out of 10 recommend if you're doing a romantic date night with your partner. It's a great time, and it's not like it's fancy food, but it's not stupid expensive either. It was very affordable for some good steaks.
Nice. I can do steaks. Yep, so I think that's the end of my notes on the circuit. Unless you guys have any other questions or more, we'll be dropping down the Discord, Facebook, so there's a follow on there. We'll put a link up to the Discord in the comments or the section below the info.
That's good. I think it's gonna be great. You know, we're not to say we're exclusive in Alberta, but sometimes Alberta needs to represent, as we've seen with other regions.
And I will say that there is a rumor that there might be expansion year 2 already.
Ontario?
No.
Just to get a map in.
Yeah, so yeah.
I wonder who's spreading those rumors.
I don't know. Some little bird in Puckatawagan or something. Speaking of which, I was looking at our stats from our demographics of where our audience is listening, and big shout out to the UK. 49% of our audience is in the UK. So,
damn, I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting that either. I will take it, but yeah, kudos. We see you, and good day. It's nighttime here. It's daytime there.
Well, I mean, we refuse to acknowledge that that's where the game comes from, but
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the end of the circuit. Keep listening for more details. There will be more coming down on our next episode for sure.
And actually, last question with that official start of the league will just be, excuse me, day after the new GHB becomes legal, sort of thing.
Pretty much, GHB drops, comes live so does the circuit. The same day. Pretty much the second after. So any tournament or event that happens right after the GHB dropping, like our July RTT that'll be coming up, that will go towards the circuit. Yes, Mr. Jaden.
How are we going to score for the doubles tournament in August?
That won't count, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's 2,000 point armies, so we won't be able to.
Yeah.
1,000 points, yeah.
Yeah, you can't get carried by someone else.
Yeah, Jaden.
I was like, oh yeah, Jaden can carry me. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, speaking of tournaments,
245 pounds of stupid on your back.
let's get into tournament prep. How do we tournament prep? Let's start with Steven. You seem to have some experience with big tournaments.
Okay, step 1, go crazy and switch factions every week. Step 2. Okay. So I'll say first of all, I think the first question I ask myself when I prep for a tournament is, what is the point of said tournament? Because some tournaments I've gone to, it's like, I'm here for a good time. I don't care if I win. I don't care if I bring a painted army. I want to do something, like try something new, hang out with friends, test an insane concept, whatever it may be, right? So I think first step in tournament prep is like, why are you going? Is it a good time? Do you want to be competitive? Do you want to show off your painting because your painting rocks?
Do you want to bring 30 horses?
You want to bring 30 horses? Do you want to bring 6 Wilder Fiends and 3 Demon Princes? All that stuff, right? Or 4 Nurgle monsters?
Gross. Someone's catching a cold.
Easily, don't worry. Yeah. So I think the first step, I mean, I throw it to the group here, but the first step that I do for tournament prep is like the why. Why are you going? Because there's different flavors for different people, right?
Different
Some people
mindsets,
are just like, want to have a good time, hang out, have some beers, have some pops, whatever. Get served in a timely fashion at a restaurant at noon, and then go back and play. But others just want to be competitive, so it's up to the person, I'd say.
Yep. Jaden, anything to add? Colin, anything to add? Oh, never mind.
He's
We
on
got
a bit
him.
of delay. I
You
think he's
kinda,
answering now.
Yep.
Hit it right on the head with that one. Like, you gotta know why you're going.
Colin?
Yeah, I'd agree with that too. Like for me, it's usually the blend of have fun and try and be competitive, but when you're not that good, you kind of just go for fun. And my painting's not good enough to go for painting, so have a lot of fun. See if I can win. If not, I'll get my ass kicked and pick up Spearhead.
Yeah, that's and totally switch armies again.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so after you figure out what you want to do you figure out your list? Do you start painting? Do you go through which army's the most fun, or do you throw some competitive edge into it? I know Steven will just go straight buy 2,000 points and start painting right away and worry about a list later.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go crazy. This is great. Go to Facebook Marketplace, find it. Okay, great. I think for me, it comes down to 2 things. One, if it's competitive, then I'll actually sit down and read the pack for the event and be like, what does well in this and what do I play that does well? So, for example, like I have an Excel sheet currently running of your big thaw and like what battle tactics, like, oh look, restless is like 3 objectives to get restless to, 2 objectives, 1 objective. Is this very hard? And you can go through, math it out, whatever, figure it out what it is,
Dive right in.
and then start building from there. Yeah, just kind of work backwards on points if you're going to go competitive, and if you're not going to go competitive, for me, it's usually something fun and stupid. Like I'm trying a dumb concept, so it's gonna, I'm gonna take Kragnos and a bunch of brutes, and half it will be wolves from a regiment of renown or something like that.
Yep.
Just something fun, and then I paint it up. But it's like the branch of the tree, right? Competitive, okay, work backwards from points. fun? What's fun and stupid? Make a list out of it. Paint it.
Yep, Colin, same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, very similar. It's I definitely don't go near as in depth as Stephen does into planning it. I will take a look at if I'm trying to be more competitive and I know the battle plans. I will try and figure out. I'll look at the battle plans first, and then I'll work on my list. If I'm going for a lot more fun, like I am for the GT now, I just want to put a stupid list on the table, get something that will keep me competitive-ish, but something that I'm going to really enjoy playing. Like the list I'm planning on taking to the Big Thaw is something I was running towards the end of the Index, and I had so much fun playing it, and I've kind of missed playing that same style. So I'm like, I'm too tired. Change jobs, work's going crazy. I want to play something that I know how to play easily, toss it on the table, yeah, make it easier on myself.
Yep. Jaden, what's your process?
See, I don't have a lot of process here. It's
Me neither.
I'm gonna pick an army. I'm gonna pick an army. I'm gonna make. Usually, I'll make 3 lists. One of them's really stupid. One of them's kind of competitive, and one of them is just I like one model. I'm gonna build this whole list around this one fucking model. So I'll run those lists, and whatever I don't lose all my games playing, that's the one I take.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. I go more for the fun. I pick the units I think are cool to me and are going to be fun to play, and I throw a list together and I try and make it work. We'll see what we do. How much practice do you guys get in with your list before a tournament? Colin.
Ooh, really depends. I used to not get very much practice before I started playing on TTS. It would be usually, if I was lucky, I'd get one game in the week before the tournament, and then night before when Justin comes up, we'll usually rip a game. But now with TTS, probably getting at least 4 to 5 runs with the list before I bring it to a tournament.
Steven?
Yeah, it depends on like the time before the event, but I'll probably get the same amount as Colin. 4 to 5, 3 to 4 of those being TTS, and if I'm lucky, I get one in person beforehand.
From tournament play to TTS, how's the environment? How is it different? Is it the same? Does it really help?
I find it helps with learning what your army can do, because it's definitely a lot easier on TTS when you can just set up your auras and use the movement as you're going. So yeah, just a little bit easier to remember, but I do find that's actually nicer as the learning process because you kind of learn your limits, you learn how to judge what your distances are off of that, and it's just a lot of extra reps that you can get in and learn those little things like what's on the war scroll, what are your attack profiles, how do certain things interact with each other, especially like even with our Discord alone, having so many players from all over and so many different skill levels, you can learn exactly how your rules interact by just getting those extra reps in and getting a potentially very different viewpoint on it and how you can use it.
Yeah, I definitely learned muscle memory playing so many games on TTS. Just the human interaction I find is just not the same, and it just takes away so much from the game. It seems very flat.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you can't.
But I'll say sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say, like, I appreciate that, Colin. You and I pretty regularly get practice games in together, and that's how I learned my flesh eater list was those games with you. It's easier to get those reps in.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I find it's TTS. I agree with Colin that it's better to like see the impact of your rules and like try different stuff, especially before I commit to like buying and painting things. I can put it down and be like, okay, great, yes, no, that's terrible, or that was really fun, and I've been like putting off painting that, and I don't want to paint it, but I'm going to paint because I really do need that, like Belga, super need it.
Yeah.
Um, I played the whole teams tournament without her, and then I played a couple TTS games. I'm like, okay, it's, I understand now.
Yeah, now we need. Yep.
But what I find tough with TTS is one, the social interaction. So I can't see the social cues either.
Yeah.
So I can't see like if my opponent is having a good time, not having a good time, and like adjust accordingly. Because I want both people to walk away from the experience of like we had fun. Like we committed like 3 hours of our lives to this. It's not. You shouldn't walk away from it being like, oh well, that was terrible. What a terrible 3 hours of my life. Like sometimes you're gonna lose, sometimes the dice are terrible, but it still be a fun experience.
Yep.
I think I'm actually the opposite of Colin, that I have trouble judging distance on TTS. Like when I'm in person, I can look down at the table and be like, yep, okay, that's 8 inches, that's a 10-inch charge. Like I can kind of judge it in my mind.
Yeah.
Looking from the God view on TTS, I really misjudge it half the time because I'll be like zooming in and out, and I'm like zoomed in. I'm like, oh, it must be 7 inches, and you're like measure, and you're like, oh, it's 3
Yeah.
inches between those two units.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times where even when you're in combat and you zoomed in, it's like, okay, I did everything. All of a sudden, you opponent goes through a whole bunch of hero phases. It's like, what do you mean you have a wizard? You pull back. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I still have 2 units over here that still need to fight, and this now it's too late.
Half the board.
Yeah, done that a couple times. It's just so once you get to a tournament, what's your process going through? Let's say registration to first game. What do you guys do for prep? Any stretches? Stick. Crack the knuckles, get the dice ready, do any type of blessings. What's your ritual, Jaden?
I'm trying to think here. I don't really have any rituals. I think
You're not a
coffee with an
superstitious.
espresso shot on the way in.
Have to have cornflakes with 2 tablespoons of sugar on it, or yeah. Put sock on.
Sugar is good.
No
knock on it.
I'm not knocking on it.
Good.
That's what I have.
First of all, step one, assemble the cart. Because if you don't own the cart, you need to own the cart.
Yeah, I've seen that card at
Card I'm talking about.
the team's event
The
there. That's pretty sweet. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a card from Canadian Tire that unfolds. It's like everyone has this card if you see them around. It's like the same red and black thing, but you put like army tray on top, bag, water, and then here's the secret sauce. Buy yourself a bag of throat lozenges. Doesn't matter. You're sick, not sick, doesn't matter. Go buy some throat lozenges because you're talking so much throughout the day. And for 2 days, I just pop throat lozenges like it's going out of style, and I won't lose my voice on the second day.
Keeps it moist.
Yeah, moist.
Yeah. If I don't do that, I'm hitting puberty again halfway through the third game.
Yeah. Especially with how dry these places are, even during the winter, even worse during the winter. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then starting round one. Any type of mental block, or what do you guys do to push back any type of overthinking?
I don't know. I kind of get rid of that in when you first show up. Because for me, it's that thing of I always try and show up a few minutes early, and then you just bullshit with people, start talking Warhammer, reconnect with people you haven't seen in forever. Like our last tournament at TAPS, I hadn't seen Dana in the flesh in
Dog's ear.
over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the Realm Gate Wars was the last time that I had seen him. So it was just a lot of catch up with him, see what he's been doing for painting, and then anyone else that you haven't seen in forever. And you spend so much time just bullshit and hanging out with friends that by the time you get to the table, even if you don't know the person you're playing in that first tournament, you're just in friend mode, and it's just like, oh, hey, what's up? Tell me about your shit. Let's roll some dice, man. This is going to be fun.
Yep. Jaden, how do you start round one? How do you get rid of the pre-tournament jitters?
I'm really lucky. So I've only been playing AOS for about a year, but the last two tournaments I've played against John, the same guy, both first games. So I think that's helped loosen me up a lot because I know him. We have fun. We laugh the whole time. So I don't know. I think game one really sets the day for me.
Yep. Yep, definitely. Start talking about the armies first, and just talk about like life in general. Like just hey, where are you from? Are you from this area? Especially if you haven't known them before. If you have known them, start talking about hey, what's new. Just get it out, leave it on the table, and just get in the mindset of this is gonna be a fun game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always like to ask people why they pick their faction, and I think that'll get anyone talking because we all like the same shit. We all like Warhammer. You want to talk about your faction and why you chose them.
Why do you like your Barbies?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always one of the first ones. And if they have anything painted on their army, it's an immediate thing of as they're going through. I'm like, as they're explaining rules, like, hey, can I take a closer look at that? That thing looks fucking awesome. I love what you did with the paint job there.
Or the bit,
That's another one that's a real good gets everyone loose when they get to talk about it.
or even
Their hobby side as well.
any conversions, yeah, any kit bashes or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
Great starting
Oh
points.
yeah. Yeah. If I see conversions or kit bashes, that's the first thing I'm gravitating towards. And it's like, no. You can tell me the rules later. Where the fuck did you get that? How did you do that? That's what I want to know first.
Almost do a tournament just for kit.
Oh, be like 3 people.
Yeah. So I guess we'll have it in Lloyd then.
Maybe 0 people. I don't.
So yeah, even at a bigger GT, let's say day 2, the mental strain of you've finished 3 games, you're somewhere at a hotel, you probably didn't sleep well the night before because it's a new place. How do you get through the mental fatigue? Day 3 or day 2, round 4, even.
So for me, what I've been doing recently has actually worked out pretty well because I'm an adult. I'm a functioning adult. I'm not 22 years old anymore, so like, I don't go out. I don't go out drinking the night like Saturday night or anything. I hit the hay pretty early. But I've actually been going and getting so in Lethbridge. It was a vacation with my wife and I, and recently the teams thing. I was hanging out because my parents live nearby, so I was hanging out with my parents, visiting them. I just get like a solid breakfast in before the event. Like sit down, pancakes, bacon, whatever. Not Tim Hortons sandwich and a coffee. Like I sit down, even if I have to get up early for it, get some like food, coffee, energy into me, and then like go about my business on the day. Because I find that if it's like terrible sleep and coffee and like shitty sandwich and you rock in, you're just like that first game is just like, oh boy, here we go. And especially if you've done well, like day one. Say you've gone like 2-1 day one, you're like, this is kind of the tipping point here. Like that fourth game is the decider on where your path goes for the rest of the day. So I think getting a good meal, getting a decent amount of sleep on the Saturday night, and like even if you have to wake up a little bit earlier, just take the time and be a good TO and don't put games right away at like 8:30. We don't need registration anymore. We can all rock in at 9:30.
What? Yeah, I almost find day 2 is almost like a hangover. And yeah, I mean, getting that breakfast in is definitely a well needed point. Colin?
Yeah, that that's the same. I try and do that even for 1 day tournaments. Is always try and get good breakfast, get a little bit of extra caffeine, and of course I'm a smoker, so I also nick load before rocking into the tournament. But it's yeah, the food's a big thing. because you're standing, you're thinking, you're burning all the brain calories. Have something good in you so you're feeling good when you walk up to the table instead of feeling like crap. And do some stretches the night after day one and a little bit in the morning of day two, and hydrate as much as you possibly can because
Yep.
we are old, and
Yep.
if you're not hydrated, the body fucking hurts.
I always find a walk at the end of day one always helps get some blood flowing out of the legs. I've been standing up for, what, 9 hours, maybe 10, 11 hours. Definitely get some blood flowing and, um, yeah, stretch those legs out. Jaden, what about you?
I've never done a 2-day tournament before, so this coming one's gonna be my first. But I
Oh,
think breakfast is probably the big thing. Breakfast, try not to let the brain fog win.
nice, nice. What about at the end? Well, what do you guys do to try and?
Well, I got a question for you before we go to the end.
Oh,
Do you put pairings up the night before, or do you put it in the morning up as a teal?
I put them up the night before, but I don't show them until the day of.
Oh.
So I know how round one's gonna go when I go to bed. And then yeah, if there's any,
What do you prefer, Stephen?
um,
that is a good question.
I personally, I like to see it because then I can just be like, yeah, I know that army, I don't care. Or, oh my god, I've never played against that. Let me just do a quick Wikipedia of what it does. So I'm not going like in depth, but like, what the hell is this?
Yep.
So it saves time. Like I use it as a time saver. So I'm like, okay, I read up on your stuff last night. Great. Let's rock. But I can understand why you wouldn't put them up either as well, just to be like, here it is, because some people will commit time
Oh,
and space to it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, even at the teams tournament, look at during lunch or whatnot, how many people were still like putting time into making their pairings and whatnot. I was just like, it doesn't.
Just play Nurgle.
I just want to eat.
Just put Nurgle down first.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah.
It works.
At the end of the tournament, what do you guys do to try and learn from your games? You guys take pictures throughout the games, notes, anything like that? Colin?
I need to start taking pictures because I keep on forgetting. It's something I wanted to do for the OBR channel, but I always forget. But something that I will do, and I'll even do it during my practice games, is within 24 hours, I write notes on everything that has happened or that happened in those games to the best of my memory. Obviously, works a lot better if it is a 1 day event. I can remember all three games, but I just write down deployment phase. What did I do? What did my opponent do? Then a quick overview of every turn, kind of key moments of it. Find those TSN turning points through it.
Yep.
And big thing I do is I look for mistakes that I made. Of what was something really dumb that I did that I need to make sure I'm not doing before, or what was something that my opponent did that just had my jaw on the floor of what a great move. And I try and even just writing them down helps me remember that a lot better and then try and improve my play with that a little bit.
And does it work?
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's usually it started out as a well, back before you started everything with really getting the competitive scene. Justin was stuck up north, not really able to play, and I would get a couple games in, and he'd ask me like, "Oh, how did it go? How did your game go?" Like, well, I'm not just gonna tell him that. Yeah, I won because of this one thing in there. I'd let him know like, "Yep, here's the full breakdown of what happened during my game," and then he'd ask me questions about it.
What about you, Jaden? As the newbie.
I would love to say I have some like meticulous thing. Like, oh, I analyze my plays, I look at pictures. No, game 3 ends, and I'm like, oh, that was fun.
Oof.
I never think about it.
Yep. I do take
Bye.
pictures. My phone's loaded with pictures of every single like start of round, end of round. I've never looked at them.
You know, my wife will ask, "Oh, how'd your games go?" I'll be like, I lost." She's like, "Oh, well, did you fuck up?" I'm like, probably."
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, well, do you know what you did wrong so you can improve?" Like, nope. I know
Nope,
that
but I
I'm
had fun.
fucked by the dice. That's always what happens.
Yeah.
It's never me. I'm perfect.
What about you, Steven?
Uh, so I've only ever done like an after action like writing like Colin once, and that was in a teams tournament in January because I had a night to kill. So I was flying out the next day. I was in Toronto with my old friends from Ontario.
Yep.
Still friends, but old friends from Ontario. And so I'd like stay overnight and fly out the next day. So I was like, oh well, I got like nothing to do in this hotel beside Pearson Airport, so I'll just like write down what happened and see when it went through. Honestly, other than that, I haven't done that, but I do use tabletop battles.
Yep.
And I'll put the event in,
Yep.
and then I will put track every game, and then when I'm done, I'll finish the event, and then it tells me like in my tracker, I can go filter. So like this year I played Cruel Boys 3 times. Where I've played, well, that's one better example. It's Hellsmiths. I played Hellsmiths like 4 events, and it will be able to filter through it to say use this battle tactics and these units and whatever, not the units, but like the battle plans, and like here was your win loss ratio and stuff like that. So it gives you a bit of a graph
Yep.
on how you did with it. But honestly, if you're playing in Alberta with this stat site now, you're not even going to need it because the stuff's going to get uploaded and you can go in there and filter your own name.
Yep.
So sure, you can track it, and I recommend tracking, but like it's going to get tracked for you regardless.
Yep.
Is there going to be a list thing for the stats or no?
I don't know.
What do you mean a listing?
Like, are people going to have like lists posted anywhere in the stat tracker, or is it just faction based? I was looking the other day because I was trying to find a good Nighthaunt list because I want to circle back to them eventually, and I couldn't find lists on there.
I will have to talk to our stats guy and see what the plan is for that.
Cool.
He
I'm
did some good
serious.
units the other day. He posted something about like he had the Light of Altharion example.
Yeah, like I think there was plans on doing like per unit even, like how many times they're getting picked and all
Oh
that,
shit!
and like it was supposed to go real in depth. So, um,
I really like that.
yeah, it's supposed to be pretty cool. But other than that, anything else for tournament wise you guys want to add?
Hmm.
I think we've hit pretty much all the steps.
I think it's well, I guess one thing I would say is um always be looking at the next one months out, because life is hectic. I've got kids playing sports all over the place, gonna move this summer, etc., etc. So I try and like once one's done, I've got like the calendar's rolling forward. I'll be like, that was cool. What am I doing in September? Like June's over. What's September and October? And then just put one on the calendar so that by the time you arrive in October or September, you got something already on the calendar and you don't have to worry about it. You're not scrambling to find a ticket or whatever. I'd say that's the next thing is like when it ends, be like, I want to keep playing. I like this game system or whatever. I'm going to keep playing. Want to do another tournament? Go find one. That's like the conclusion step for me is what's the next step? And then you carry on from there.
Yeah, as a TO, I try and put my tournaments fairly out there because it's getting harder and harder to find space in between tournaments going around. Definitely don't want to step on anyone's toes or compete with another tournament. At least between C and Manitoba. I don't think there's a whole lot of us going to Ontario other than maybe Steven for tournaments. But
Only well, that's like once a year.
once a year. But yeah, it's
And he's coming out this way to meet us anyways in June.
oh, for the open.
Yep.
Nice. Nice. So yeah, other than tournaments, I guess we'll just how's story time with Jaden sound?
Yeah, it's my audio's better now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I'm hotspotting myself now. I just gave up my internet. All right. Colin, what do you know about trees?
Chop them, burn them.
Yeah, they make good books.
Yeah.
Oh, you're supposed to
Fantastic.
say there's trouble in the forest, there was unrest with the trees.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. For the trees' sake here. Colin, what's your favorite Sylvaneth unit?
Uh, honestly, Belthanos. I really like him.
Glad you said that. He actually did so much work today in the game, so that makes me feel good that you like him. So, what the fuck is a Sylvaneth? They aren't elves. I just want to say that one first. I did a lot of Googling, and turns out they're not actually elves. They're just spirits that take the shape of elves because it's familiar to them. So you can argue stuff, and Andrew and I are kind of right. So Alariel got woken up by Sigmar, and I believe that happens in the Realm Gate Wars book series. That's during the Age of Myth, the Age of Chaos, and in that timeline. She's not thrilled about how the world just kind of is, because chaos is running rampant. The realms are burning, to put it nicely. And she doesn't want to be around anybody, because why the fuck would you? Everything's horrible. Chaos is bad. So she's wandering on Gairan in solitude, and she decides that she doesn't want to be alone anymore. So she starts planting her soul pods, which are left over from the world that was. So planting those is what starts the Sylvaneth to a degree. It brings life to Gairan, takes the shape of beasts, tree lords, all that kind of fun stuff. And with the birth of the Sylvaneth, she kind of cheers up and goes and joins Sigmar's pantheon of gods, helping him. And that's when her alliance with Sigmar and Cities of Sigmar as Stormcast really pops off, and she starts to help in the Age of Chaos, which takes us into the Age of Sigmar, where she's Order. She's one of Sigmar's friends in the Order Pantheon, doing the stuff that we need done in Gairan. Grove Guardian is a good example of what a soul pod is and kind of how the Sylvaneth are born. If you look at the model on the side of it, there's like the pod with the little spirit guy in it. So they have their groves, which are guarded by the Grove Guardians, and they grow their soul pods in there, and that's how they replenish Sylvaneth. To pick back up about generic tree lore, a different episode, because I'm in charge of the story, and I'm going to talk about random shit I like, because you guys haven't suggested anything for me. So,
Let's go.
Drycha. Colin, your favorite.
Yay.
Drycha is the queen of the outcasts, and the outcasts first appeared during something called the Shrouded Season. The Shrouded Season is a collective amnesia thing for the Sylvaneth. Apparently, the war with Nurgle, called the War of Life, got so bad that Alariel called a royal moot council meeting where she said she would do whatever it takes, whatever is necessary to turn the tides, and then no one remembers anything after that. This meeting happens, brain fog. The problem got solved, but no one knows how the fuck it happened. Here's a quote that kind of sums up all of this. While no Sylvaneth know what happened during the Shroud, and those who try only get vague impressions after it, Alariel entered a dark season and began to wane until the Age of Sigmar began, and she was reawakened. After all of that is when the first sightings of the outcasts began. Enter Drycha. Alariel had her soul pod for a while before all of like the shroudy stuff began, and she was genuinely scared to plant it because she knew Drycha was fucking crazy. You can look up Drycha back in the world that was, and she was even angrier and even scarier, honestly. So Alariel is afraid of all the chaos stuff, and she plants Drycha's soul pod, which is literally barbed. Normal soul pods, like smooth and pretty looking. Drycha's is barbed. and she planted it in the hateful chasm known as Hamadrithil. I think I'm saying that right. Probably not, but maybe.
Close enough.
So, Drycha, after being reborn as the lovely tree monster we all know, went on to name herself Queen of the Outcasts, and went so far as to claim that Alariel is dead and gone. Fucking bold. You know, can't break an omelet, or can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, though. So, pays off for her. Drycha does not give a fuck what you are. Orc, Stormcast, Chaos. If you aren't a tree or part of nature, she would rather you're just fucking dead. I'm gonna gush about not Warhammer for a second. Do any of you guys read? You guys read comic books at all?
I have not. Nope.
Steven?
Warhammer books.
No, fair enough. So, in DC, there's a superhero called Swamp Thing, and he's very Sylvaneth coded. It's just like an envoy of nature itself, and he's just a big plant guy who can't die because anytime you kill him, he just pops out of another tree. I love him. He's one of my favorites. So when I got into Age of Sigmar, I stared at Sylvaneth models for a long time. I'm like, holy shit.
I can see that.
I could just do Swamp Thing here too.
Yep.
So I love this faction and like playing games with it, and they're so fun.
Is this your first order army?
Stormcast.
Stormcast.
Yeah. So that's story time. Gush about Drycha, talk about Swamp Thing, and trees are cool and they're not elves.
That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
All right. Anything you want to add there, Colin? Before we wrap this up, any shout outs or anything?
Yeah. Shout out to Dana who built our webpage.
Shout out to him. Well done. Yes, and that's just a start. Apparently, yeah, it's going to get bigger and better.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm excited to get him out to more tournaments though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll get him there. Maybe some higher tables for him too. He's a tall guy.
Jordan
Makes me feel short.
Jordan.
I'm sure Stephen, yeah, we would appreciate that as well.
Mhm.
Jaden, anything for you? Any last words?
Nope, the usual. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to try to be more active on Instagram and actually do Workshop Wednesdays again. I got distracted.
Oh yeah, no, it's been busy. Stephen, anything from you?
Well, I'll just say, if we're doing grudges, you want a narrative event, there's a faction that the Sylvaneth don't get along with.
I mean, if Dylan didn't shit stomp me last time I played against Nurgle, I would take you up on that, but fuck no.
Were you playing Sylvaneth
The
then too?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That was my very first game with Sylvaneth. I went to Dylan with his Nurgle list that he posted in the Discord the other day.
Yeah.
I didn't go good.
Yeah, that's your first one. I mean, get some more rounds with them.
Yeah. It only goes up from there.
From me, give us a like and subscribe on the old YouTube. Give us a follow on Facebook. Discord, I'll put in the link. But yeah, that pretty much does it from us. We'll plan on recording again in 2 weeks. And until then, we'll see you next time. Have a good night.